Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hey Pisces, closing out another series of readings. This one is date and time specific because we're focusing on Saturn's transit into Pisces. You have all been asking me for transit readings and how they might impact your relationships. So that's what we're going to explore. I'm going to cover the Pisces energy, the archetypes for that, and the Saturnian archetypes, and then we'll jump in to the reading. So be aware, Pisces, especially if you're here as a Pisces sun, you already know you're the last sign of the zodiac before we begin a new astrological year. So it's about completion, transitioning away from something towards something new, releasing, letting go of, things dissolving. With Pisces, we're all one. There's no boundaries between us, and it's all love and all forgiveness. With Saturn, not so much. Saturn is about, we have rules and regs and limits, and, there's structure, and sometimes there's rigidity and limitations. Saturn wants us to learn lessons, so it can be about karmic lessons and reckonings. He's the great teacher and the timekeeper, so the archetype I see is the teacher walking up and down the aisles as you're taking a test and you see them looking at their watch, and then you hand your paper in and you're shaking and then you see X, 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 right? That's the energy, and it's kind of like saying, no, there are things to learn and to get right and to grok, as we say in the spiritual realm. So to me, Saturn in Pisces is about spiritual discipline, walking our talk, but it is also a focus on boundaries or the lack thereof, on forgiveness or the lack thereof, where we're blocking our flow, what structures we need to put into place to anchor in our dreams and make them real. Yeah. So that's what we're going to look at. Here we go. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Just so you know, it's almost always that my readings are not date or time specific, but this month is a big, heavy month astrologically, and that's my focus, is relationships and tarot / astrology. So the second half of the month, Pluto moves out of Capricorn into Aquarius. So the next series of readings will be date and time specific as well. Just heads up. Okay, so the overall energy, we've got some curiosity here with the Page of Swords. There might be some messages of clarity or truth being offered, or you're seeking that information perhaps. The first row, wow, okay. So Pisces, you're not messing around here. I love that. 5 of Wands underneath. It's sort of a backup to this, curiosity about some conflict or messages of truth to provide some clarity around some underlying conflict. The first row is the Pisces portion of the reading where we're focusing on what we're releasing, what we're transitioning away from, what we're letting go of, etc. So I feel there's been some emotional distance, some dissatisfaction, maybe even feelings of rejection. Maybe a one-sided relationship, because I'm seeing the 6 of Pentacles as that desire for reciprocity and the disappointment that it doesn't exist with someone. And let me tell you, before I go any further, almost every reading, this card has shown up. Almost every reading. And it's more of an archetype of the person here in 3D who shows up for you. Right? And I'm feeling like that's what we're looking at here, is we're releasing the disappointment, the disillusionment. We're letting go of something one-sided. And, no time moving into a new astrological zodiacal year. No time to sit here and be, fretting over someone's absence or someone who didn't show up for us. It's like, ain't nobody got time for that. So that's Pisces portion. The Saturn in Pisces portion here can be about some lessons, but it's also about rewards. Saturn will reward you when you have learned the lessons and you've gotten it fully, and it says, good job, here's your reward. So I do feel there's potential here for some form of reconciliation and a new leg of your journey, because you're acting as your own guide. This is Saturn saying, you know you best. Spend a little more time, as I like to say, looking under the hood of the car of your life, understanding what makes you tick, what makes you move and run, where you feel safe, where you feel comfortable, where you feel defensive or in need of some form of self-protection. So this Hermit is coming through, is not to say you'll need to be on a solitary journey, but what have you learned about yourself? And how can you apply that now in a new situation? So it's part lesson, part reward. Very nice. And then your next highest timeline, this is Saturn's card, the World. Endings and new beginnings. Closing out the old chapter and beginning something new. Here you are, beautiful divine feminine energy, the Empress. It's all unconditional love. This is Venus. Venus is now in Taurus, so she's very happy there. It's a good energy. And someone may come charging back in to clear the air, to provide the answers for the questions that you have. Remember, this is the Spire Detective of the Tarot. And I felt in the beginning, well, maybe, you're looking for information. Sure, it can be messages. This is someone coming in to say, let me tell you all about it. Let me make sure you understand me, it, us, the situation. So very interesting that we end with that Knight of Swords. Okay, so Page of Swords. Yeah. What's the path? What's the plan, Stan? Two of Wands. Two of Wands says, what do you want? What path is going to get you there? And what do you need to set in motion to make it happen? Ten of Swords. Ooh, I feel you're really curious to know if there's an opportunity for healing a painful ending. Right? The Star is still, there's still hope alive. That I would say lost hope, but I don't see that, because this clarifies that the Page of Swords, there's curiosity here. Is there an opportunity that we could shift our direction? And of course, whenever we have the Fool, yes, is the answer. Is there a new path forward for us after this painful ending? Sure, we close it out. We begin anew with hope restored, with some healing on offer. Interesting. Six of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been waiting for something to change here. You've persevered. You've tried to come up with creative solutions to a problem. For the lack of reciprocity with your King of Pentacles here. Feel like you've been sort of persevering against all odds in the hope of some form of growth or change or transformation, or that this King of Pentacles would release what they needed to release so the two of you could move forward, and I do not think it materialized. And that's what you're being called to release with Saturn and Pisces, and to release the disappointment around it. Yeah. Yeah. All conflict, disappointment. Four of Cups, Five of Wands, and then we have the Emperor, and underneath the Knight of Cups. And this has been coming through in almost all the readings, as well as that King of Pentacles, is this sense of the vision, and gosh, it's like the fifth or sixth time I'm saying it, which means that it's part of this transit, is the vision we hold of the romance, the flowery language, the, whisper of sweet nothings, the beating of our heart. There's a lot we put on it. And the lack of that vision taking form can be very disillusioning, very disappointing, can cause us to feel very conflicted. And I feel like this is what you're being called to release. The reciprocity that you wanted and that you persevered and tried to kind of, restructure on some level, it didn't happen. The change didn't happen. And so you do not want to carry this energy forward. It won't serve you, so there's no point. And so I feel like that this is where Saturn comes in to the Pisces portion of the reading and says, and this, by the way, is a card of Pisces, and says, yeah, no. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Been there, done that. You should know yourself pretty well by now. So let's be our own guide in this situation and take the cue that it's time to move into a new chapter of your life. Okay, so let's look though at this Six of Wands. So some of you have some questions. I'm almost feeling like this person that you've been dealing with, I'm not feeling anything nefarious, but I'm feeling like someone kind of slipped out in the middle of the night, like just kind of disappeared. And it was perceived as being a little bit sketchy. So with that Seven of Swords, there's definitely some avoidance, and there needs to be healing around that for the reconciliation. So here is the Queen of Swords. And I love that she's coming from the bottom of the deck, because you won't need... Okay, I think my cat just knocked something over. That was a loud thud. I'm going to keep going until I hear him scream. Nope, he's running around. He's fine. He's destroyed my home, but that's okay. So I'm feeling, again, the Seven of Swords is avoidance, and there's going to be some healing and reconciliation around that, provided that in your unconscious awareness, you stay practical about it. The Queen of Swords, truth seeker, truth teller. I'm just here for the facts, ma'am. I don't need... This is the non-emotional energy, and I love that it's from the bottom of the deck, because it suggests that it's part of the new you. A little less emotional, a little less needing of romantic assurances, more practical, more straight, straight, no chaser. Just give it to me straight. And knowing that you know yourself well. So let's look at the Hermit and the Fool. Yeah. Wow. There it is. There's the reward from Saturn. Because you know yourself well and you've been guiding this connection from jump, stay practical, work through the things that have felt to you like futile efforts and disappointing and disenchanting, and where you may have questioned this person's integrity or felt some energy around maybe a breach of trust on some level. Stay focused and practical, just cut to the chase, and once you do, you can guide this whole thing into a whole new leg of your journey. Reconciliation, you can anticipate that. It's like the ship's coming in, because what did I say about the Two of Wands? What do you want? What path will likely get you there, and what do you have to set in motion so that you can manifest it? And the next Two of Wands to the Three of Wands is, and there it is arriving. The happiness, the reconciliation, the joy, the bliss, a cause for celebration, and now a whole new beginning, a whole new chapter. I'm a little jelly. I'm a little jelly for you, Pisces. So let's look at the world. And there's our King of Swords. Yes. And Queen of Wands. Four of Cups. So in your next highest timeline, I kind of feel like you're in the control seat. And you're not about to entertain any missed opportunities with your King of Swords here. So we know that you respect this person, and yet on some level I kind of feel like you jump into this leadership role where you're like, let me tell you how it's going to be as we move forward. So we're closing out an old cycle, we're leaving behind the disappointment, and we're not about to experience any missed opportunities. You're still the Empress though, so there is warmth and nurturance and unconditional love wherever the Empress goes, but she's also very receptive. So I'm seeing one part of you kind of taking control, Queen of Wands, and the other part of you, it's almost like I'm laughing because it's like a pull him in with one hand, push him back with the other. So this is like this little bow and arrow energy to what I'm seeing in your next highest timeline. So the receptivity is still there. You're drawing them close to you like moths to a flame. There you have it. But you're still kind of guiding it all in that Queen of Wands way. So let's look at the Empress and the Knight of Swords. And then I'm going to go up and make sure my kitten is still alive. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, offloading the negative karma, taking first steps in a whole new direction. There may be a little bit of a delay here, but I feel like it's almost, because it's from the bottom of the deck, it's not in your conscious awareness. It won't feel like a delay. It will feel like allowing something to unfold when you feel more enlightened about the situation. And here comes that enlightenment. The Knight of Swords provides that clarity, speaks the truth to power, sort of clears the air. It's fast-moving energy, but in this case, it feels like it's what's really needed. Because in order to move forward and take that next step, you're sort of waiting for that cue. When am I really free of all this? When can I really take this step forward? And because it's Page of Pentacles, it feels like it's very tentative because it's new territory, especially on an emotional level. And I feel like this Knight of Swords comes in and we get that clarity that we need, because that's what you've been showing up here with from the very beginning. It's like, I just want to know, where are we headed? Are we past all this? You know, are we going to have our dream come true? So it looks good overall. It feels like there's some push forward, pull back kind of energy that I'm seeing between what you're closing out or transitioning away from and what you're moving toward. Very interesting reading, Pisces. So I love the Knight of Swords on the bottom. So let me give you the astrology. Before I do that, there is a link in the description box in the very first sentence. That's going to take you to the extended, which is all from your person's point of view. I'm calling that person the Emperor. All right? The Emperor to your Empress. So we have the Page of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The pages are all the signs. We have the star is Aquarius. We've got Scorpio in the Death card. King of Pentacles here is Taurus. The kings are all the fixed signs. We've got the Emperor is Aries, card of Mars. We've got Pisces in the Knight of Cups. A Libra in the Queen of Swords. This Hermit is Virgo. The Fool is Aquarius. The World is Saturn. That's Aquarius and Capricorn. Aquarius. Do you hear how many times I've said Aquarius? Aquarius and the King of Swords. So if you or your divine counterpart have Aquarius prominently in your chart, that's extra added confirmation for you. We've got Aries here and the Queen of Wands. Empress is Taurus and Libra. That's a card of Venus. So Venus and Mars in the house here. Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Pisces in the Hanged Man. And Gemini in the Knight of Swords. So this is a lovely reading. I look forward to seeing you in the extended. The link's below. I'll be there in a minute. Bye for now.